By the end of this class, a child in Gaza will have died. That is reported in the March 26th article, Gaza Still in Childhood, by Mohammed Hussein and Mohammed Haddad. The world is plagued with violence, and Palestine is no exception. The PCRF, or the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, is a non-profit organization that provides medical aid to children in Palestine. After hearing this speech, you will know what is going on and why it's a problem, and you will know how you can help. We chose this topic because we have grown up with a backdrop of violence our entire lives, and now it's time we do something about it. We've done extensive research for this speech and found the best ways for you all to contribute. According to the same article I opened with, over 17,000 kids have perished in Palestine since October 7, 2023. That's about 64% of our student population. So many people are suffering, and as fellow human beings, you have the responsibility to do something about it. In this speech, we're going to tell you about 1, the horrors happening in Palestine, 2, the ways you can help, and 3, the consequences of your actions. Now that I've introduced the speech, Joe is going to tell you about what's happening to children in Palestine.
The children of Palestine have been subjected to war for decades. There are kids in Palestine who can't even celebrate their first birthday without hearing the sound of a missile hitting their neighborhood. Tens of thousands of Palestinian children have been killed, while necessities like food, water, and medical care have become scarce. After all of the war that Palestine has been through, land has been leveled, and hospitals are no exception. According to Doctors Without Borders, on November 11th, 2024, only 17 out of Gaza's 36 hospitals are functioning, but even then, they are limited in resources and staff. The people and children of Palestine are in dire need of basic medical supplies and care. So what happens when the hospital struggles to maintain supplies? Well, the answer is hospitals in Palestine are being forced to cut off dozens of children's limbs each day. According to the March 21st, 2024 article from the New Yorker, The Children Who Lost Limbs in Gaza by Eliza Griswold, wounds from shrapnel can quickly go from a gash to an amputation. As a result of such scarce medical resources, children's wounds cannot be cleaned properly. Dirty wounds mean severe infections. Severe infections mean amputation. According to the same New Yorker article, not only does the initial injury and amputation on a young child cause severe physical and mental trauma, it creates scary implications for the child's future. A child amputee requires checkups until they're fully grown, often needing as many as 12 surgeries just to make sure that their wound heals correctly. But a child in Palestine does not get access to those resources, so they're gonna have to face serious complications later in their life. All of this pain and suffering for what could have been prevented with an alcohol wipe. With the understanding of how Palestinian children are impacted every day, Victor will turn your attention to how you can help save a child's life.
Here are a few ways on how you can help. The best way to help is by directly donating to the PCRF website. There are plenty of great charities out there which all do great things, but today we specifically want to turn your attention to our charity, the PCRF. According to the PCRF's FAQ page, every dollar you donate goes into providing medical supplies, basic necessities like food and water, and helping rebuild medical infrastructure. A 2025 study done by the UNICEF and the title called State of Palestine, there's 3.3 million Palestinians in total. 1.7 million of these Palestinians are children. By donating to our organization specifically, you are helping an organization that targets children and helping improve their day-to-day lives without having to worry about having their limbs missing from a simple cut. Another way you can help, making your voice heard. Everyone in this class has a voice, and to make it heard, you can reach out to your congressman. We created a template for you guys, which at the end of the speech, you'll be able to look at, and all it takes is a few seconds of entering your name, a little bit of information about yourself, and pressing send. That's all it takes to help provide support into a whole nother country. Public sentiment is extremely important for topics like these, but what really drives change is people showing their support in the form of emails and letters sent to these type of organizations. And lastly, something else you could do is to make your voice heard is signing petitions and supporting advocacy groups that support humanitarian intervention. Petitions show just how many people care. If everyone in this room signed the petition, that would make all the more better. At the end of the speech, we will show a QR code and how you can sign the petition. All it takes is your email, your first and last name, and pressing confirm. Once you press confirm, you will have shown your support for all those children that are desperate for need in Gaza. Now understanding how you can help, I'd like to hand the torch off to Vanessa, who will help discuss what happens if no one were to take action.
Sadly enough, there are people that will do nothing about this cause. And if we disregard this issue, there will be no more children left in Gaza to help. According to an article in January 15, 2025, by Al Jazeera titled The Human Toll of Israel's War on Gaza by the Numbers, since October 7, 2023, 4,677 people have died as a result of war, violence, and lack of resources. Now, if we ignore this issue and stick to the mindset that we do not have the time, money, will, or influence to make a difference for the future of Palestine, Palestinians will continue to bury their siblings and watch buildings burn with their parents in it. Family and kids are struggling with grief, loss, and fear, while we are disregarding such matters and doing nothing to help. We are all humans and every life matters. And now I'm going to hand it off to Eleanor, who's going to explain the importance of our efforts.
So what happens if you do decide to help? While no single person can solve this crisis on their own, many hands make light work. The PCRF and other organizations like it help the people in the world that don't have the power to help themselves. Your donation could be the reason that a child gets to grow up with both of their legs. Signing petitions and contacting your congressional representatives go a long way to letting our leaders know that you care what they do. When enough people raise their voices together, they notice and they change. It's easy to forget what is happening on the outside of our bubbles, but we are here to remind you that it's happening. It's real, and the world has the power to stop it. Now that Vanessa and I have told you about the future, I want to leave you with some closing thoughts. In conclusion, we've told you about the suffering in Palestine, what you can do to help, and what the future looks like. Today, we ask you to do just a few simple things. 1, vote for our speech, so the money goes to the charity that will have the biggest impact. 2, use these QR codes to donate to the cause. Write to your representative and sign the petition right now. We have all done these things, and if any part of our speech resonated with you today, you will do them too. If nothing else, you'll know that you did a good deed. Plus, we have stickers for those of you that signed the petition right now. Thank you for listening to our speech. This is more than a final project. This is humanity. Any one of us could have been born into violence. If you were in those shoes, what would you want the rest of us to do? I know my answer.